I'm back this week with another handful of book to movie matches, starting with the classic play Romeo and Juliet, and I'm going with the movie from 1996, which plays out exactly like the play, and with some of the dialogue shaved down to avoid losing the audience. The styles and scenery and props are all modernized, which kind of, as a side note, makes Juliet's arranged marriage kind of messed up. But hey, they stuck with the story. The dialogue is still all in iambic pentameter, which makes for a whimsical and dreamlike movie. The next handful of book to movie matches are all the same, and I am a Star Wars fan, so I rolled with it. Star Wars 1 through 6. Same thing. All of the characters, character development, and action sequences are the same, with the exception of some of the dialogue shaved down because some of it gets a little bit too long winded. Anyway, the only thing is the dialogue is trimmed down way too much in the prequels. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that. There were a lot of important talks that tied into story development in Revenge of the Sith that transpired between Anakin and Palpatine and the senators and Palpatine. The whole thing was just omitted from Revenge of the Sith, which I think kind of cheated the movie because I read the book and it was very emotional. I, on the other hand, didn't see anything after Return of the Jedi. I read quite a bit of what's written after Return of the Jedi, and really, Return of the Jedi is where the movie franchise and the collection of novels kind of completely diverge. They have nothing in common. So, as a result, I'm just not interested in the sequels. There is interesting character development in the books with the characters we know, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo. There's also even more interesting character development in all their kids. Han and Leia have two kids. They have their twins, Jason and Jaina, and their little Anakin, all of which are Jedis. Ben has a son. I mean, not Ben. Luke Skywalker has a son he calls Ben, after his little nickname for Obi-Wan Kenobi, who also grows up to be a Jedi. And there is absolutely no Kylo Ren. None of it. There's also no book called The Force Awakens or Rogue One or The Last Jedi, and I can prove that. Here's my copy of Path of Destruction, and in it is a kind of a flow chart of the novels that come before and after A New Hope. And I'll prove that there is no Force Awakens. I'm sorry to be a spoiled sport, but for the purpose of this show, I'm just not going to do Force Awakens because I have no book to reference it from. Here, everything after Return of the Jedi includes Tales from Jabba's Palace, Tales from the Empire, Tales from the New Republic, The Bounty Hunter Wars, The Mandalorian Armor, Slave Ship, Hard Merchandise, The Truce at Bakura, Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Mindor, Rogue Squadron, Wedge's Gamble, The Krytos Trap, The Bacta War, Wraith Squadron, Iron Fist Solo Command, The Courtship of Princess Leia, A Forest Apart, Tatooine Ghost, The Thrawn Trilogy, Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, The Last Command, X-Wing, Izzard's Revenge, The Jedi Academy Trilogy, Jedi Search, Dark Apprentice, Champions of the Force, I, Jedi, Children of the Jedi, Dark Saber, Planet of Twilight, X-Wing, Starfighters of Adumar, The Crystal Star, The Black Fleet Crisis Trilogy, Before the Storm, Shield of Lies, Tyrant's Nest, The New Rebellion, The Corellian Trilogy, Ambush at Corellia, Assault at Salonia, Showdown at Centerpoint, The Hand of Thrawn Duology, Spectre of the Past, Vision of the Future, Fool's Bargain, Survivor's Quest, Boba Fett, a practical man. How did he get out of that digestive tract in the sand? The new Jedi Order. I'll find that out later. Vector Prime, Dark Tide 1 Onslaught, Dark Tide 2 Ruin, Agents of Chaos 1 Hero's Trial, Agents of Chaos 2 Jedi Eclipse, Balance Point Recovery, Edge of Victory 1 Conquest, Edge of Victory 2 Rebirth, Star by Star, Dark Journey. I read that one. Enemy Lines The Rebel Dream, Enemy Lines 2 Rebel Stand, Traitor, Destiny's Way, Elysia, Force Heretic, Remnant, Force Heretic 2, Refugee, Force Heretic 3, Reunion, The Final Prophecy, The Unifying Force, The Dark Nest Trilogy, The Joiner King, The Unseen Queen, The Swarm War, Legacy of the Force, Betrayal, Bloodlines, Tempest, Exile, Sacrifice, Inferno, Fury, Revelation, Invincible, Cross Current, Millennium Falcon, and now the last 5, Outcast, Omen, Abyss, Backlash, and Allies. I did not hear The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens or that other one anywhere in here. I'm sorry to be such a spoilsport, but Disney got their hands on this. And while they do a bang up job with their classics, I personally don't think that Star Wars is really their territory, but that's just one woman's opinion. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sorry if you didn't. I will see you next time.